hello. The only reason why you have poor self-esteem is because you think you need to have it in order not to be an even worse person. My name is Claus Levin, and subscribe to this channel here and go download our free product on productivity right below this video. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that in order to have self-esteem, you first must create a self, which is just your story, your character traits, the whole idea of who you are. And then you have to step into another room and point to that and say, I don't like that. I don't like all of that. This is not good enough. I should be somebody else. Oh, I would love to be that, whatever that person is, right? So, but we know how destructive that is. We know how crazy bad that makes us feel. It makes us insecure. It just puts a lid on everything we do. And we have to pretend all the time. We go out into the world and pretend we have great self-esteem, but we feel bad inside. Why do we feel bad? Why would you do something like that? Because you could take, listen now, you could take the same character traits, the same story of another person, place it in somebody else in front of you. Right there. Lisa is exactly like me. And you would talk to Lisa with esteem. You would esteem her, right? You would say, oh, you're a great person. I know you have weaknesses, but you're kind. You're considerate. You want the best for people and for yourself. You could even get teary-eyed just by looking at that wonderful human being there. Yes, with its weaknesses. So how come that when you take the same story and character traits, place them in yourself, you feel a need to not like it? Why? For only one reason. See, there are two ways of reacting to a child. Please stick with me now. A small child, and children can be pretty wacky, right? They do stuff they shouldn't do because it's bad for them. They have no control, all of that. That's how we start out. So we need guidance. And if let's say a child just reaches out for the 10th cookie and he's all with sugar, well, I can react in two different ways. If I want to adjust his behavior, I can either say, shame on you, right? You have to be more, control yourself. Why do you do that? That's one method, right? And if we're not educated as parents, we do that all the time, right? Because it's our basic nature. We're built for survival in nature. And whenever you are about to do something that's dangerous, it's really productive to say, no, don't do that. Because you need to shock the kid, right? He was just about falling, over a cliff and kill himself, right? And you get so scared, right? And you react like that. That's okay. Or he's about to be run over by a car and you go, no, right? Okay. But if you have this attitude towards a child, that's what the child is going to do in its older years. Even if you don't do that, he's going to do it because it's a lower level strategy in the brain that if I really hate myself, I'll become better. If I really don't like certain traits, I will improve, right? I'm angry with you because then you will improve. But we know that doesn't work. Because we're more complex being than that. We have frontal lobes. So we also know in child psychology that we need to speak to the fact that the child always wants to do the best thing, the good thing, right? If we guide it and focus on the positive aspects, I see that you want another cookie. I totally understand that. I also want cookies all the time, but it's not good for you. Yeah, you're crying and screaming. It's all right. I understand but that really it's a challenge for a grown-up, right? So we have to train that in ourselves. But when you grow up, you start training that with you. And you stop the stupid behavior. It's stupid because it produces the opposite of what you want, which is a dysfunction. The function that is intended to improve you is making you worse. It's making you suffer. And it's making you worse at what you want to improve. Oh, I should have more self-confidence. Are you an idiot? Sorry to speak to you like this, but, I'm talking to myself, basically. I should have more self-confidence. Why am I such a weak fool? I can't, what are you doing? You won't become more self-confident by speaking to yourself or even not liking the fact that you are not more self-confident. You're not self-confident because you're intelligent. because you realize the fact that you have flaws and vulnerabilities. That's why you're not self-confident, but you can learn to get there. If you like what is, if you see that creature, Lisa, for what she is and say, hey, let's go train our self-confidence. Let's do stuff that we're afraid of. What are the chances that you're going to do stuff, go into public, whatever, do a public speak? If you're afraid, if you think, I have no self-confidence, what's the chance of success, right? 0. But what if you say to Lisa, who's you, hey, let's go try with 3 people. Oh, I'm going to be the audience now, and you're going to stand there. See, suddenly it's another world, isn't it? And we know this. So the only reason why we have low self-esteem is because we think it works. Because we think that's the surefire way to self-improvement. I hate myself, and that's going to make me better. It's not. It's a low-level, stupid, monkey-like strategy that stems from the lower levels, older levels of the brain that's built for survival. That's it. So only you can get rid of that crap. Only you can say, I don't want to use that strategy anymore, and it's going to keep running. So you have to pull yourself out of it again and again and again and again until you really get addicted to feeling great. Because you're your own friend. You are the parent you wish you would have had when you were a kid, who was always loving and constructive and saying, don't give me the crap again. And what often happens, by the way, when we get this, is that we get this and then we say, oh no, I was just talking to myself like I was an idiot again. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Oh, I did it again. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you idiot. It loops on itself. That's what a dysfunction does. So you have to break out of that and say, okay, take it easy now. Everybody does this, first off, right? Let me do something else.